What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sang, and I am Altaholik. Happy New Year. Uh, I think I missed wishing you guys a happy Halloween. No, actually, I got Halloween. I didn't get you guys happy Thanksgiving and Christmas, and now I'm getting you New Year's. But yeah, it was a busy time. Spending a lot of time with the family, just me and my wife, and we enjoyed ourselves. I hope you guys all enjoyed yourselves. I love this time of the year. We always get Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Even my birthday was in December. So, yeah, a lot of family time, a lot of off time and time to relax. And I could have been making videos and stuff, but I just wasn't motivated to do it. I felt more comfortable just kind of chilling out, spending time with the wife and stuff like that. So, yeah, you know how it goes. But anyway, I'm back. First video of the year. I made a couple promises to myself that I was going to do some changes for myself and changes for my YouTube channel. Take it a little bit more seriously. So I'm going to try to be more consistent with producing videos and posting them and stuff. Not so much for you guys. I mean, I appreciate you guys watching. I said this in my community post. Uh, thanks for, I got 100 subscribers, and I think I'm at 107 as of this recording. And that's awesome. When I started making videos again last year, I didn't expect no one to really tune in, but I guess everybody really liked the server stuff, eqemu server stuff, which is cool. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. All my videos are not going to be my eqemu server, but every now and then I might tune in and share some stuff. Today I will be playing on my server. You guys will see a little bit of that. I won't go into too many details. I just wanted to have the first video of the year and kind of get me on that tempo. So a little bit of ranting there. But yeah, expect more throughout the year. I'm going to try to stay consistent. I say try because I've been off for like last week and a half, but I'm about to go back to work, and that means, a lot of late hours and, minimum time at home. I still got stuff to do, regular life stuff, and trying to squeeze in, video recording even when I'm not motivated, and the time to edit and stuff like that. I gotta take the time to edit one day, or record one day and edit another day, in between work, and spend time with my wife, Evie. But everybody has those issues, and part of the thing for me this year is just, people have New Year resolutions, and part of me is just wanting to do the things that make me uncomfortable. And making this channel was one of those things where, I went from just showing video footage to talking on the microphone and people hearing my voice, and then, showing myself on camera, and I didn't know even, I know I had this ring around me. I just did that because my whole room's not put together. It's easier to keep it like this, and I kind of like how it looks too. It's easier to make a transition when I'm doing gameplay footage. I just have myself in a little circle, and not very many people use circles. They use squares a lot of times, or rectangles. That's a me thing. No one probably notices that. But if you look right here, that right there looks like I have bunny ears, but that's actually it's a case for my green screen. I have a green screen back there, but as you see, I have a shelf and everything back there. I got an extra microphone, and part of the thing for this year is to be motivated and knock out things that I feel that are difficult. And how can I put this? Doing the things that you keep saying I want to do, just like making this channel for me. And I want to have a more polished YouTube channel. Try to work on graphics and animations, and more polished videos. As you notice lately, I've been done a lot of really interesting intros. Sorry, that's my desk. I haven't done too many interesting intros for my videos. Been very silent, not a bunch of music and stuff. But and there's reasons for that. But I'll explain that later. But anyway, yeah, I want to be more polished. And because my rooms are always put together, I like to have a green screen there where I could change the perspective, or maybe I could do something cool with this whole circle thing and have a graphic behind me. I don't know. I never had a green screen before. I tested it out the other night with Evie, and came out okay. It's not fully polished. I got to figure out how to do my lighting just right, and and learn how to use OBS and green screening. This is a green and blue screen, so I can go either way. I'm a Green Lantern fan, so I like to have green around me, which is why I have the green ring. I was going to do a whole Green Lantern thing, but I was like, I don't want to be all upfront with it. But anyway, Happy New Year. Hopefully you'll see more videos from me. I'm saying it now. You know how it is. You start off strong, within the first 2 or 3 months you fall off. But I don't want that to happen. I'm gonna try to stay with it. I got stuff I gotta do around the house I've been putting off for the last year or two. And this year I'm like, I want to try to build a routine of constantly doing something. And I'm not gonna burn myself out, but the idea is to do something. I learned when I was in the military. I was in the Army for like 10 years. And while I was in the military, you wake up early in the morning, you work out, you go to work all day. Then while I was deployed, it was the same thing. You work all day, 24/7, 365. You just work while you're deployed. And they try to give you breaks so you can get your brain together. But anyway, when the tempo slows down, your tempo, your I don't know how to put it, your work ethic, your endurance from all the work is still really high. So when you get home and you go back to your regular busy schedule, your busy schedule is like almost like a half day because it's not as bad. Doing like a light workout, which would normally be a heavy workout at home, is actually that's kind of different when you're deployed. But what I'm trying to say is your endurance gets really high. So the things that are normally a burden when you're in regular 9 to 5 or when you go to your regular wherever your life tempo is, you raise it up so high, your tolerance, that's what I'm looking for. If your tolerance is so high that when you go back down to the level that you're at currently, it seems very trivial. It's not that big of a deal. So I'm trying to put myself back in that mindset where I'm constantly working. I'm saying busy. I'm doing stuff around the house. I'm working on my computer. I'm doing stuff on my channel. And then on my slow days are still, I'm editing a video, and then I might, chill out, watch TV for a little bit. Then I might go outside and go clean something or whatever. Yeah, and it's kind of hard to explain it, but it's a me thing. So it's for me to stay consistent. It's for me to stay motivated, and I got a lot of things I keep putting on the back burner. And that's just I don't know, it's a personality thing. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. So you want to say you want to work out and you don't work out, and every year you might start off saying this year's the year, but then you say, well, I'm working, but I also want to eat pizza on the weekend. I want to sleep in. I want to do this. And the only caveat I kind of gave myself was just that, it's okay to be tired, to have a slow day, but I gotta do something. I had to find at least one thing per day to be productive with. So in my case, you guys can't see it, but my desk in front of me is a mess. I got bottles up here. I got my beanie. I got pens. I got remotes, phones, stuff like that. And I work with it on a daily basis, but it's a mess. And I don't like how it looks. I just don't want to deal with it because I'm off. I want to relax. I want to watch YouTube. I want to edit a video. I want to play games. I want to do that stuff. But so for me, for example, I walk in this room, I can just clear off this desk and then maybe sweep my floor in here or fix some of the stuff back there. Take about 30 minutes to an hour, adjust a couple things. Say, all right, I did something today. It wasn't a day that I sat here all day and did nothing. And that's why I'm giving myself. I want to every day do something. Even I go to work, I come home, I got to do something at home. The work part is that's normal. That's like breathing, So I go to work, come home. That means, I got leaves in front of my front door. Go ahead and sweep them out. Maybe I got a little pond up there too, so I can go clean out the pond or something like that. My car needs to be washed. Take it for a car wash, We got branches from the trees falling. It's wintertime, so branches fall off my trees. I go collect all the branches and put them in the pile that I've been working on. I got stuff in my garage. A little bit at a time. I'm not saying all in one day, but that's just something I can do. Hey, I picked up the branches today. All right, I did something. Tomorrow I'll go, get rid of some trash in my garage, or I'll go sweep with the leaves, or I'll wash my car, or whatever it is. Yeah, but hopefully that motivates you guys. Part of me making my channel was just for me to vent and just share stuff with you guys. And yeah, I'm sorry. This is a long rant intro. I wasn't trying to do that. But anyway, happy 2026. I hope you guys are motivated and you guys have your own resolutions that you're trying to keep. I think it's foolish to let other people tell you, hey, having a resolution is dumb. But I think it's most people, they want to grow. That's why they have resolutions. And if you convince yourself that it's dumb to have a resolution, I think you're fooling yourself. Um, Everybody has motivations to want to change or do something better in their lives. No one says, this year I'm gonna be a drug addict. They don't go that direction. Uh, I'm gonna stop working and be a lazy bum. No one says that. They say the things they want to do. I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna exercise. I'm gonna start a business. I'm gonna spend more time with my family. I'm gonna go on a vacation. I'll plan a vacation every month or whatever. There's always something positive. So don't let Mike fool you. Don't fool yourself, and stay motivated. But with all that being said, I want to appreciate you guys, and I know this intro is really long. Let's go and get some video footage. Evie and I decided to get into my local server. They have a loyalty vendor in Plane of Knowledge, something with an A. I can't remember her name, but basically she has a bunch of gear on her. Most of it was just cosmetic stuff, some weight reduction bags, and some food that has like sats on it and stuff. And I thought about it. I was like, yeah, you know what? Some reason the character is glitched. So if you click on her, some reason I can't use my other vendors in the zone. And I really never bothered with her, but some reason when I tested the other day, it could be something I did on my server. I don't know. So you might not experience it on your side if you have your own server. But yeah. So what I did, so I transferred her stuff over to my personal my own merchants, and I thought about adjusting a couple of things, but I didn't do that. I just moved them over. I didn't pick everything out of her inventory. I did look at some stuff on some of the web portals I found. Because obviously it's I think on a live server too, and they put new stuff on there. But I basically went through her inventory and I just like moved some stuff over, and yeah, I put on my own merchant. A little something for me and Evie to have fun with. So I made 3 merchants and I just put on one of them. Oh, and this is something that you guys might not have a lot of interest in, but I was really looking forward to Pop OS and using that as my daily driver on my personal computer, but it didn't really work out. Yeah, I was messing around and I was looking at Pop OS. I was trying to get that all set up, and it didn't really work out because I know for those of you who are familiar with Linux, Wayland has been a big thing in the Linux community, and for me, I can't really use Wayland because I have 2 different computers, and I need to be able to use that input leap or barrier. Some people know Synergy, that type of application where I can share my mouse and keyboard between 2 different computers, but Wayland doesn't allow that for whatever feature. Now I think there are some distros where you could make that happen, but because Cosmic's so new, I couldn't get it to work. And most of the other Linux distros that have Wayland, I cannot get input leap. I use input leap, and I couldn't get input leap to work. So I was really looking forward to doing some video editing and gameplay and setting my studio up with Pop OS Cosmic desktop, but it's not there yet, and I don't think it ever will be. As far as allowing me to use input leap or something like that. But I could be mistaken. I don't know. It just came out, I think, beginning of December. So that didn't work out. So I was a little disappointed. So I was jumping around from a couple of different distros, and then I even tried Elementary OS 8. They're at 8.1 now, and I tried that for like 24 hours, and it pissed me off so much. Anybody who uses Elementary, you know what I'm talking about. But that distro really just got under my skin. So I deleted it. Then I went back and I tried to use GNOME, and I was like, wasn't feeling GNOME. I was kind of like in a rut for like a week, just jumping from different distros. And I don't like being like that. I needed something fast and light on my computer. And I also want something different and unique. So I ended up going to, I tried Elementary OS 7.1. And it's based on Ubuntu 22.04. And it still gets updates and stuff. So I think it's getting to 2027, I believe. So I was like, fine, I use elementary OS 7.1. It still runs good. They don't have a bunch of stupid issues with the plank, the way they're doing plank and all that background application thing is just, I'm sorry. I appreciate what they're trying to do. It looks modernized, but it's just they have hurdles on top of hurdles for no reason on that operating system. So I'm just using 7.1. I don't do much on my computers other than play the same software. Even OBS, I have to use 31.1 version because um, the NDI and teleport don't work on any other version yet, or at least above 31. I think it was like 32. And those of you who know what I'm talking about, if you're streaming to another computer, I'm streaming from one computer to the other, and that distro AV is what I use in order for me to take my gameplay footage on OBS or through OBS. My gameplay footage on my computer transfers over to my second computer, and that's where it's recording. And if I have any higher version other than 31.12, at least if it's 32, OBS doesn't work. So yeah, I had to stay at this version. So what I'm trying to say is that sometimes the older stuff works better. It's very consistent. Now, if you're a security person, you might be like, oh, some things are outdated and all these other things. And I get it. A lot of Linux guys are in that network security or hardware or software security and all that stuff. But I'm just a nobody in Texas, and I'm just playing video games and streaming. So I don't expect too much. Plus, the way my stuff is set up, I can wipe my computer right now and then be up and running within the next 30 minutes to an hour. And I do that all the time. All my stuff's backed up, and it's too easy for me, so I'm not worried about it. But I just need something that's solid, that runs. It don't get in my way. I don't need a bunch of errors popping up. I don't need my screens locking up or nothing. And elementary 7.1 is doing the job right now. It's very light and it's smooth. So that's all my gameplay footage is coming from right now. I might stick with this until Pop! OS is done. Hopefully they figure out the Wayland thing and I can jump on Pop! OS. I did try doing one of those window managers like Neri, Niri, or the Pico OS Neri desktop environment or window manager. But all the keyboard stuff is just too much for me. I'm not a keyboard guy. I like they have a mouse and keyboard in front of me. I want to use both of them. I'm not a programmer. I don't want to jump around and stuff like that. Um, yeah, and then I know it's a big rant. Um, and I do want to address one thing. I get a lot of comments and people asking questions about um the server stuff and how to do certain things, and it is kind of a little frustrating. I don't mind helping people, but I think that if you guys come across these videos, at least if you come across this video, please before you ask questions, I don't mind answering questions, but at least watch the whole video. Or you know if you see me mention my server, it might be another video prior to me. I didn't just come up with a video and say, yeah, I'm playing on a server. I got my own server. I'm actually, there's actually other videos there. And I have people ask me questions, and I don't mind the questions. Some people just, I guess, they watch a video and they just immediately go straight to the comments. Hey, how did you set up your server? And I'm like, there's a whole video. I got two whole videos. There's a long one and there's like a really short one or a shorter one. And people ask questions and they don't. I guess I get it. People make mistakes. You look over like some steps and be like, oh, I didn't realize I didn't put the right port number or whatever. And some people just don't know the computer thing, but they're following my guide and they're trying to make it work, and they have absolutely no idea what they're doing. They're just doing what they see on the screen. They do that, so they don't comprehend what they're doing, which I understand that too. So from a person who might know, I might have more knowledge than the viewer. I'm trying to be patient and say, all right, let me answer these questions. Usually, when somebody asks me a question, I try to get on immediately and start answering the question. Because I know I hate when I ask somebody I'm subscribed. Not that I hate it, but somebody that sucks when you watch somebody's video that you're subscribed to. You might ask them a question, and the video only been up for like 10 minutes, and they don't ever reply. Not that I expect the direct answer, but you think at some point within a month's time, maybe one response. But then I realized too that a lot of questions that I get asked are from, initially I was getting asked for the for questions on the video that I made over a year ago. But the funny thing is, the guy who asked me the question, I answered him back. He was like, "Yo, you posted this video a year ago, and I'm surprised you didn't answer me." And he was surprised I answered him. I don't have thousands of subscribers, so it does make it easier for me to communicate with everybody, But anyway, I don't want to beat nobody up about asking questions. It's totally fine. If you're coming across my video and you're like, "Oh, eqemu server, you can still do that." Yes, I made an eqemu server. There's a lot of other people who've done it too. I don't mind you asking questions, but please watch my other videos before you ask a question in the comments. If I didn't address something, feel free to ask. But I'm gonna say for the future though, for those of you who have questions or still working on the servers or you're still thinking about doing it, post it on my community post tab on my YouTube channel. That way I can keep all the messages all together instead of them split between each video. That helps out because some people are going to come to my videos, they're going to see it and they're going to have a question, and then they're going to realize that somebody else may ask that question on another video, or they might get to a certain step and they don't understand a certain part. And maybe sometimes there's one guy who answered a question when I couldn't figure out how to verbalize how to fix the Docker issue, how to get the permissions together. And the guy kind of said, "Oh, here's the steps you do," and he's pointing out there, FYI. And I thanked them and I pinned it at the top. And I want to say it's the one where I'm showing you how to make the server. I pinned it at the top. And I don't mind communicating with people. I think if you guys have some knowledge or something, you might have an easier way to do things, or you have a suggestion for how I should do something on my server, or you have a question about it, post in the community tabs. That way everybody can see it and I'm not answering the same question over and over. I don't like to ignore people when they message me. I like to think about it as if you took the time to ask me a question, at least I can do is take the time to answer your questions. I work at night, so a lot of times if you ask me something in the middle of the night, I'm answering in the middle of the night. But then if you get a later response, and my phone doesn't always go off when I get a message, but if I do answer during the day, it's usually because I'm either off or I try to stay up with EV and stuff, or you just caught me at a time where I wasn't sleeping or I happened to wake up. I've actually woken up, waking up at noon, and I'll see I got a message and I'll answer the question and go right back to sleep, But anyway, I like the communication. So I like to help people out. I understand being in a position where you don't know what you're doing, but you want to try. Some people are just like, just do it for me, and I don't want to just do it for anybody. If you're really interested in having a server, you can do it. And there's a lot of rumors and speculation. People are concerned about the eqemu community kind of being shut down, and it might be one day. I don't know. Somebody mentioned something about the Axstack server access going down or something like that. And I tried about 2 days ago. So I didn't have any issues. They could have had the wrong address, could have did the wrong command. I don't know. But as of right now, I haven't checked today, so it could be a whole nother story. But I recommend that you go ahead and throw it in a VM. I'll probably say this again later, but throw it in a VM, throw it in on an old computer. Set your server up so that way you don't have to play on it. You just get it set up so you can log in, you can make your characters or whatever, and then leave it at that. Have it tucked away. You don't have to do a bunch of editing and stuff, but I would have it so you can have your server for whatever reason you want. Because I don't know, unless Daybreak comes out and says all eqemu servers are now illegal and we're gonna shut them all down. I think we're okay, but if they ever do that, it'd be nice to have your own server in your pocket. That's part of the reason why I did it. If I lose internet, if all the eqemu servers go down, then I have my own and I can do my thing. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, keep posting, keep asking questions. I appreciate it. I like the interactions. Like I said, somebody that's a little frustrated answering the same question over and over, or people who are not even they don't seem like they're really trying. I'll put it like that. And I'm coming from an IT perspective, so sometimes I get frustrated with something that I feel like is simple, and it's not really the case. Sometimes people are just asking questions because they really don't understand. So maybe because I'm always getting constantly asked questions or whatever, I kind of, it's hard for me to help somebody who doesn't want to help themselves, and I don't want to come across as Mr. Negative when people ask questions. You know, I want to be able to help, but I don't like when it's I got a video there that shows this is this, and then you ask me a question. I'm like, it's right here. I'm not going to find the exact minute for you and say, hey, at this minute at 1:32 or 7 minutes in, you can see right here. Just watch the video. You know, you're obviously interested. That's why you're watching the video. And you know, I don't want to chew nobody out. I haven't cut somebody out yet, but there's some days I'm like, I answered this question like 5 times. Like, look at the comments, you can see where I answered it. And one time, somebody asked me a question. I went to go reply to them, and they're like, "Oh, I saw later on that you answered this question." So after I posted it, I posted a response to him, and then he said, "Oh, disregard. I saw that you answered it by somebody else asking a question." So I deleted my comment. And I just put, "Okay, cool. If you had any more questions, let me know." Whatever I said to him. But yeah, that's one of those things. I don't mind communicating, but as long as you take the time to try to figure it out. You know, if you say, hey, I do it, like one guy posted, hey, I gotta stop saying one guy, start pointing out the people who actually say the things. I appreciate you guys asking questions. All I ask is that when you do ask questions or you post a comment that you want like some type of feedback on, that you at least circle back to this, because some people ask questions and then when I answer the question, they disappear. And I don't know if it fixed their situation or not. And it helps because I'm not a troubleshooting forum, but when other people come through and they ask the same question, they don't see a response from you when you ask a question. So if you say, hey, I can't log into my server, or all my servers are blank when I log in, why is that? And I answer your question, and my answer might have resolved it for you, but that other person who saw your question and they used my information, but they're like, hey, it's not working for me. And come to find out, maybe I gave the wrong information, or maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it's because your internet kept disconnecting. It had nothing to do with whatever steps you were following or whatever, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, full that circle, because other people come looking for different things too. And some of you guys ask questions that are more I don't say sophisticated, and some people ask simple questions, but some people don't want to bother me with the question. Maybe they're just kind of looking for the answers in the comments. You know, somebody asks a question that's a sophisticated question, and they might be able to interpret it and understand it. Because sometimes it's hard for me to read the comments. It's hard for me to explain this, but sometimes when I read a comment or I read a question, I have to guess at what you're trying to say to me. Are you saying this is this? Are you saying that? You know, I saw a comment on somebody else's video. The guy who was he was showing how to make a server from the Windows side. And then the guy in the comment said, yeah, so how can this connect to other servers like P99 and everything else? And the guy replied on it, he's like, this is for you to make a server. It's not a client. If you're looking for a client, that's a whole other thing. And some people don't understand there's a client, which is what you use to connect to the server. And the server is actually what you're playing on, you know. But most of you seem to understand that we're making a server. You're basically I always think about it as you're making a playground, and then you got to have the body to play on the playground, which is the client. But if that makes sense. But anyway, yeah, and I probably sound like I'm just tearing into people's asses for asking questions. That's not what I mean. I just, you know, I try to answer the questions, and I don't like it when people don't try to help themselves. So if you ask a question, I'm not saying don't ask the question, but at least, you know, look at the comments, finish the video, at least finish the video. I see some people watch a portion of the video and then the videos don't get fully watched. I still appreciate the watch. I appreciate the likes and stuff like that. But I know it's very tedious for somebody who doesn't understand how to do the set up a server or whatever, but something in you said, I want a server and I want to figure it out. And you watched somebody's video, which happened to be mine, and you wanted the how-tos on it, and you wanted to see how complicated it was, how difficult it was, and I'm literally doing it right in front of you on my video. And maybe it's not totally clear if I'm missing a certain part, and if you have a question on it, ask questions. You know, I can try to answer the question for you, but it's not hard. It's not difficult. Somebody asked me a question one time, and they asked me if I could send them a server. I was like, that's impossible. I can't. I don't mean, if you're watching this right now, I don't mean to laugh at you. It was funny when I read it. I was like, can I send you a server? I'm like, yes, let's pack it up and send it to you. It would be nice. It would be easy to have, if there's a package right there and you can just download it and then put it on your computer. If you know how to use Docker, you could just plug and play into your Docker, and then your server's up and running. But unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. But I want to say it's at least 30, 40 gigs. I want to say I could be wrong, but I don't know if it's that big, but it's pretty big. So it would be hard for me to just make a server. And I mean, if that was the case, I'd be like, yeah, just download it and just run it, and you're good to go. But yeah, configure it. You guys have your network connection on it, and you gotta, put your own passwords and your usernames and stuff like that on there. But I told him, I said, give it a shot. It might look difficult, but just give it a shot. Ask questions. And he said, all right. He said, you're gonna be hearing back from me. I'm like, that's fine. And I think he asked me a question later on. I think he might have asked 1 or 2 questions, and I didn't hear nothing else after that. So he might have got it all resolved, or maybe he gave up halfway through. Because some people make it more difficult in the head. I didn't create these directions. I'm following somebody else's guide. If I knew how to create a server from scratch myself, and this guy did, I can't remember his guy's name, but the guy who did the Axe Stack thing. This guy is very intelligent. He created this whole process, and he basically streamlined it into a script. When you run this stuff, it's running a script. It's downloading everything it needs and configuring it for you. So he simplified it as much as he could. He put the directions online, and he allows us to do it. So I'm just a guy following his steps. I'm not a computer guru or nothing like that. I know what I know, but he did all the hard work, and I'm just showing you how he showed us how to do it. So I don't think he's dealing with this stuff no more. I think he just kind of, I don't know if he just gave up on it. I read somewhere that he kind of fell off. He's no longer not fell off, but he's not dealing with the eqemu stuff no more. But I don't know if there's any truth to that. I just read a comment somewhere. But I know the guy is popular in the eqemu community. But if someone took the time to go ahead and make it streamlined for you, at least take the time to try to figure it out. And it's not hard. It might be a little potholes here and there. I ran into a couple myself. That's the only reason why I can answer the questions, because all the questions that have been presented to me so far have been everything that I experienced already. If you try this multiple times, you're going to have the same answers I have. You can be like, oh, the port number is wrong, or you realize your IP address for your server changed. You're going to realize that, I don't know, there's firewall, I don't know, wherever it is. If you're trying to do something more complicated, like run a main hub, super duper big, large community server, you're going to have a little bit more issues. There's other things you got to do, which I don't know. I don't know much about. But anyway, sorry, big rant. Again, I appreciate everybody commenting. I appreciate the subscribers. And I don't want to lead you guys to think that my whole channel is going to be nothing but eqemu server stuff. I see a couple of you guys that, when you subscribe, I do see that you're into Linux and projects and stuff like that. And it's only if your profile shows that. I can see when somebody subscribes, and I'll see that they're subscribed to Super Bits and Bob, or they're subscribed to what's it, Classic EverQuest? I think that dude. Who else is out there? There's a few other guys out there, but you're subscribed to those people. I'm like, all right, you're here for EverQuest, and then some of you guys are here for, like, I see Linux, but I see somebody who's in the Linux, but then they're also into making what was that song? I think somebody was into brewing beer or something like that. Motorcycles and building houses and living off the grid. I'm like, how do I fit into your thing? But I mean, if you're a project type of guy, you like finding stuff and trying it out. I guess I'll fit in there too. But I'm a gamer, Linux guy, maybe project guy. But I still appreciate you for subscribing. So I'm not trying to tell you to leave. Please stay. Let my videos play in the background. I don't care. But anyway, for 2026, I hope to entertain you guys, keep you guys around. I didn't have a goal when I started making videos last year. Near the end, I started making videos, and I started noticing that traction was picking up. And I didn't want to mention it to you guys, but I told Evie, I said, let's see if I can get 100 before the end of the year. And I think by November, or near the end of November, or was the beginning of December, I broke 100 subscribers, and I was impressed. I was surprised. but I feel like I led half of you guys to think that my whole channel has been nothing but eqemu server stuff, and I don't want you guys to think that. That's why I play Portal. I like Portal. I got a whole library of games I want to play, and I'll probably be doing a bit of that too. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of games I want to play. I don't know. I don't want to keep you guys and make you. I don't want to fool you to think that I'm going to go to EverQuest channel. You know, that's why my channel's not called saying the EverQuest player. You know, I'm getting hit up by a couple of my friends on Discord, and they're saying there's a couple of servers out there that they want me to check out. I'm considering them, but I'm not really dying to go into a whole back to the regular EverQuest community. I'm not going to name the servers right now because I don't want any. They're not super popular, and I don't want any big backlash to come towards them. I don't know if, not that I have such an audience that I would cause that, but I don't want draw extra attention that they don't need. You know, let them go ahead and be their playground. You know, people are aware of P99, and there's a couple other servers out there, but P99 is probably one of the bigger ones, and Quorum is another one. And you know, go for those servers. But the other ones, I don't know. People want to play on them. People don't want to play on them, but I don't want to name them until I feel comfortable enough to name them, you know. But yeah, a couple of my friends asked, "Hey, do you want to go check out the server?" And I was like, "Not right now. I'm good with my own." And I really am. I'm good with my own server right now. And plus, I have no obligations. I'm a very shut-in type person. Only person I talk to is my wife and a couple of coworkers, and I talk to my coworkers at work. I don't talk to them when I'm at home. So I keep life simple. Go to work, come home, you know, do stuff around the house and play video games. And I sit here by myself. Very solitary type guy. But not that I can't communicate. I can communicate. I just don't like hanging out and talking too much. But even this, sitting here talking like this, it's make my throat kind of hurt because I don't talk this often. So anyway, yeah. But maybe if I change my mind, you guys might see some of me playing on another server, hanging out with a couple of friends or whatever. Yeah. So I think that's all I want to talk about. I didn't come up with a bullet point, you know, checklist. I'm just ranting off the top of my head. Yeah. So welcome to the new year. Talked about Linux. I talked about comments. And such on a comment thing. I appreciate all you guys for being respectful and nice. And I'm a nobody in the middle of this YouTube world. I do see a lot of channels out there who post EverQuest stuff and they get 0 views, like 0, like none. They post every other day for like a whole year, and I don't know if it's because they're not putting tags on their channel. I don't know what it is, but I see them post and I try to give them a view and give them a thumbs up. And you might not realize it, but it might mean something to somebody out there. And some people don't care about that stuff. They might just posting it. And I literally did it myself. I just started posting videos and I started getting people who were subscribing to me within the first couple of days of me posting, which my first couple of videos were just no sound. And I know there's sound, but no microphone. Then when I got my microphone working on my headphone, it was like, I sound like, and people were still like, "Hey, thumbs up." I'm like, okay, thanks. And you know, even now, my microphone, I'm still working on getting a new microphone and lighting and stuff like that. But you guys seem to, and no one's giving me a hard time. That's what I'm trying to say. No one's giving me a hard time. You guys are giving me thumbs ups and likes. I always get, some reason I always get about 10, maybe 11 likes on my videos. But I still appreciate it because there's some people who get a lot of views but don't get likes. So I appreciate you guys for watching my videos. I appreciate you guys for thumbs up in my videos. I appreciate the comment. You can put a smiley face down there. You can put a thumbs up. You can say hi. You don't have to say anything else. It helps the YouTube pick me up and bring an audience to me and lets the world know I exist. And to me, I like seeing the notifications on my phone. It lets me know that people are interacting with my video and it shows appreciation. I'm not saying you have to like every video, but it does. I'm always going to say every video, please like and subscribe. But I do appreciate it when you do like, take the time to like. I don't care if the video play for 2 seconds, you hit like and you're like, I got to go to sleep or I got to go to work. But I appreciate it if you do. I know I'm not the most entertaining person, but you guys take the time to watch my videos and I do see the likes, I do see the comments, and I do notice how often you guys view it, and I appreciate it. You could be watching anything else and you watch me, and I appreciate that. So that being said, this year I want to grow my I hate saying this, but my community. I want to grow my channel. I'm giving myself a big goal of 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I'm saying that not with, hey guys, I want 1,000 subscribers. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'm saying that to say that that's kind of a subconscious goal. 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and it might happen, might not happen. I might lose a couple of you guys along the way, and I hope not. I know people unsubscribe all the time. I got several people unsubscribed to that were a point of interest at one point, and then now someday in my life, I'm like, oh, I'm not really interested no more, so I unsubscribe. I've been subscribed to people who post every single day, and I was like, that's too much. I had to unsubscribe, and I post like maybe once. I want to get to a point where I'm posting twice a week, at least at a minimum. But now I'm at a point where I might be able to balance out a week to a week and a half, but we'll see. Anyway, I'll probably talk the ear off. I'm boring the mess out of you. You guys are probably tired of hearing my voice, and you're like, we're trying to be patient and listen to you talk. You're so boring. But yeah, welcome to 2026 and my channel. Yeah, thanks for watching, and good stuff coming this year. Fancy editing, fancy graphics, green screen, music, hopefully, and we'll figure that out. Linux stuff, projects, chat GPT, AI type stuff. I got a couple ideas of mine, so hopefully you guys stick for that stuff. Stick around for the new games I'll be playing, and I say new games as in newer than EverQuest or other games other than EverQuest. But yeah, and I still got this big project I want to do with Evie, and it's a matter of timing it out for us to get everything together. I keep talking about it. I probably won't mention it no more after this. It'll just pop up on my channel, and you guys will see it, and hopefully you enjoy it. So, with that being said, I'm going to stop talking the ear off and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, please comment, and please subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Peace.